Hey, my trading friends, Barry Burns here with TopDogTrading.com. Got a little book review for you today, and the book is called Trading, Sex, and Dying. Wow, that definitely got my attention when I saw this. Trading, Sex, and Dying, The Heart of a Gambler. Joel E. Anderson is the author, and it's published by, it says a Marketplace book. Okay. Haven't seen this book around. Let me show you the cover here quickly. There you go. There you go. Pretty cool. All right. By the way, good book. I do recommend it. So today I'm just going to share with you one little part here that we'll look at. By the way, if you want to get more time from me, I'll give you an hour of my time live at a workshop that I'm doing. It's indicatorwebinar.com. Go there and register for it. And the next one's coming up real soon, doing twice a week right now, depending on when you're watching this video. Could be coming up in a day or two, or even today, who knows. I'm doing them live right now, so I'll be there with you live to answer any of your questions and give you the timing indicator I use to enter the market. Okay, so let me read a little bit of this. Not going to read the book, but just a couple of sentences here and then comment on it. So now, relating to poker players, here's the quote. One of the biggest mistakes and money losers for beginning poker players is playing too many hands. These players need to trade like, these players tend to like the action and are not discerning enough about when a hand should be played or dropped. So that relates in trading to overtrading, which, by the way, I will tell you, that was my cardinal sin. Overtrading was the biggest thing I had to overcome. Still struggle with it a little bit, not as much as I used to, though. You know, it's amazing how pain is a great teacher. And the pain of losing a lot of money taught me to not trade as much. And I don't trade nearly as much as I used to because, well, actually, let me go on, and this will explain it. So he says, and by the way, I think he's quoting here from another book called The Option Secret. Actually, he quotes from several different books here, which is really part of the cool thing, is that he refers to many other books that talk about both Gambling, Beat the Dealer by Edward Thorpe, The Option Trader, or The Option Secret is another book that he quotes from a lot. So you get a lot of good resources all in this one book. Okay, so back to referring to the poker player. He says the expert player, on the other hand, plays only when he finds the odds significantly in his favor. He may adjust his style according to the other players in the game, loose versus tight, expert versus amateur. However, in general, he will not put his money in the pot unless he feels that there is a good reason to do so. Very important. Not trading for the action. Actually, years ago, I wrote an article and it addressed that issue. Again, everything that I teach comes out of my own experience, my own problems, and I document them, and I help you to not go through the same problems that I did to save you time and money. So as I was going through my situation where I was over trading, one of the things that I did was I started playing video games. Sounds crazy. It was video games, got to do with trading. Well, I had a need for that action, that adrenaline rush, and I was using trading for the adrenaline rush. And that's a big mistake. Huge mistake, actually. So I decided, okay, I've got this need for this adrenaline rush. I like the action. So how else can I direct that need, that psychological need that I have or want, but not do it in trading or I'm going to lose money? And so I decided, oh, video games. So I got myself an Xbox at that time, later PlayStation, whatever. Even had a Nintendo. I played with my kids. And you know what? I just used that to get the action. And you play whatever games you like, sports, shooter games, whatever it is. You know, but to get that need satisfied in a place that didn't lose me any money. So once I got that need satisfied, then I could go to the markets, and then I didn't have that psychological need anymore, and I could trade with more patience. Another aspect of this is I was talking to a trading psychologist a while back. Actually did an interview with him on my podcast, if you want to check that out. And very, very good interview. And he had consulted with a trader that would do poorly in the mornings and then would do better in the afternoons, if I recall the story correctly. And so when he analyzed this trader and his behaviors and his activity, he noticed that, oh, he had a little set pattern. So when he first came in the morning, he traded poorly, and then around lunchtime, he'd go for a run. He'd go for a run, that would be his lunchtime break. And then when he came back in the afternoon, he traded better. And so what the psychologist said was, hey, you know what? You going for that run, you're getting that energy out. And then you're able to come back with a more even-keeled mind. And you're able to be more patient. And so he said, why don't you just, if you want to trade in the morning, run in the morning before you come in to trade. The guy did it, and all of a sudden his mornings were now profitable. So these kind of behaviors, see, these are personal growth, practical things that you can use in your trading to improve your trading. But overtrading is probably the cardinal sin of not just myself, but so many traders. So he goes on to say, with regard to poker, in general, he will not put his money in the pot unless he feels there is a good reason to do so. He knows that eventually the cards will turn in his favor and better hands will come up to provide him with the best playing opportunities. This is exactly the same for the trader. Beginning traders are normally excited, wanting to get involved in the action. Absolutely. And then on the other hand, he says, the professional option trader does not get involved without being able to obtain a significant opportunity. And he goes into details. So that's the whole key, is waiting for an edge, waiting for a great opportunity, waiting until the odds are on your side. Now, poker players, and I actually spoke with a professional poker player when I was in Las Vegas one time. I'm not a professional poker player by any stretch of the imagination, but I played my share of poker, and I enjoy it, but it's just, it's not for me professionally. Anyway, this guy, really cool guy, they had a big tournament there, and he won a truckload of money. Just happened to run into him casually, and was talking with him. Very nice man. What he said was pretty much the same thing, actually, that's being said in this book. He said that, he said, when you're a professional, you get very, very patient. He said, you just sit there and you watch all the amateurs. Now, they can watch the people at the table, right? All the amateurs are overplaying in their hands. They're playing too many hands. And he says, I just sit there and watch them. I know exactly what they're doing, and their pot is going down, 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 and then pretty much they're done. I'm just sitting there watching it. So predictable. It's obvious. He says, on the other hand, I'm being patient. Now, the difference here, and this was in my own mind, was that he still has to ante up for every hand. And then he watches, for the cards to be dealt, cards to be turned over, depending on which version of poker you're playing, and then you decide whether you're going to place more bets or not. But you got to ante up. So each time that the cards are dealt, you're losing a little bit of money. In trading, we don't have to do that. That's the advantage. Every time a trade sets up, we don't have to commit any money to it. And we could just sit there and just keep our powder dry, not risk any money whatsoever. And so that's one of the advantages, is that we're not slowly watching our pot go down even when we don't get good hands. When we don't get good hands, so to say, or good trades, then we just don't risk any money at all. So that's a huge advantage of trading. But the key is still the same. So you watch for opportunities. Now, the way I like to do that is watch for a variety of markets, a variety of time frames, look at uncorrelated markets, and then just wait for the opportunities to come to me. This is a hallmark of professional traders. It's called waiting for the trade to come to you. Not chase is the opposite of chasing the market. So you have, in other words, a statistical mathematical model that you're going to be trading that gives you an edge. And you just sit there and you wait until that model appears. So people are not patient enough to do this in general, and that is why personal growth is required in trading. You've got to develop that patience, that mental discipline. One of the ways to make that a little easier, again, is to look at a number of uncorrelated markets, because more opportunities will come than if you're just looking at one stock or one market all the time. Then the opportunities are going to be even fewer, and it's going to be more tempting to take more trades than you should. And should is when the markets give you that probability scenario. So that is huge. That is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, distinction between amateur and professional traders. And it really has to do with, again, personal development, self-discipline, having an edge, obviously. But the mathematical, here's the thing. Most people think, oh, they're always searching for, some sort of mathematical model. brother and sister, they're out there. There's a lot of different models that work. The difference is whether you have the patience to wait for them. Keep your powder dry, meaning not trade any money until they show up. That might mean a whole day goes by and you don't trade. A week goes by, you don't trade. Guess what? I was just reading a book earlier today about that very thing, where this guy was describing his mentor at the exchange. And he said sometimes his mentor would come in and he'd look at everything and he just wouldn't trade anything that day. And other days he would be there all day long. And other days he'd come in, make one trade, and leave. See, that's exactly the right mentality. It's exactly the way professionals do it. That's the right thing to do. If nothing's going on, then you should be doing nothing with your money. So let it be there and let it be safe for another day. Protect your little babies, protect your money, and wait for the next opportunity. Don't send them out there into the wild, wild world unless they're safe. Keep your babies safe, meaning keep your euros, your dollars, dinner, or whatever, pesos, safe. And that's your job. That's your responsibility. You are the parent of those pesos. So keep them safe. That is your God-given responsibility. Because then, and again, this is no joke, right? It's not just money. What we're really talking about here is what money can do. Money is a power. Money is a leverage to do good things in the world. So if you lose your trading capital, you can't send your kids to college. You can't put a roof over your head. You can't feed your family. You can't help the homeless and the blind and all the wonderful charities that are out there. So this is serious stuff. Don't think of this, I'll do another topic on this, or another video on this topic, I think too, is that don't think of trading as just money. If you do, then you're going to be in trouble. Lots of people have hang-ups over money. But even at that, no. One of the ways that I use to help keep myself more patient and more disciplined is to realize, okay, I'm trading not just to make money, but what that money can do, such as I contribute to several charities. So I think of those charities. One of them is SEVA, SEVA.org. Check it out. And what we do is we basically heal blind people in third world countries. In those third world countries, they don't have cataract surgery. It's not, it's just, they don't have the money for it. So we send people over there. Doctors donate their time. We buy the machine. Here in the U.S., where I live, that's a routine surgery, right? But in some of these other countries, it's not even available, and the people don't have the money even if it was available. So we make it available, and for $50, you can heal someone who's blind. Well, that's just crazy, right? If you could heal someone who is blind now and will be blind for the rest of their life, unless you donate $50, would you do it? Would you heal someone for $50? Okay, I hope that's a rhetorical question for you. So I think about that when I'm trading. So when I'm trading, it's not just, I want to make some more money. No, I'm thinking about the blind people. And that has helped me. It's one of the little, I don't even want to call it a game or a mind trick. That's just one of the things that I've used to help me to be more patient in my trading, is to realize this is not really about money. Money is a means to an end, and therefore this is very serious. And I'm taking on, again, the responsibility. I've got a responsibility to do good things in the world. So I need to make that money so I can do more things in the world and contribute more. So hope that's helpful for you. Again, the book, really great book. I don't even know if it's still in print, but obviously a very provocative title, Trading, Sex, and Dying, The Heart of a Gambler. There it is again for you. And look it up, check it out. I do encourage you to purchase it. It's got, it's really what trading is all about. It's one of the better trading books that I've read. So Barry Burns, Top Dog Trading, and again, check out indicatorwebinar.com. That's where I will give you my timing indicator that I use to enter the market. Every time I enter the market, by the way, I use this timing indicator. This is my precision surgical tool that I use to enter, whether it's head and shoulders, trend trades, trend reversal trades, double tops, triangles, whatever. I always use this tool to pinpoint my entry to the penny per tick. So go on over there, register at indicatorwebinar.com, and I'll see you on the live webinar.